Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Slides to Coasters podcast, your source for anything and everything theme park, water park, and holiday related. And folks, we are here with a brand new show concept right here on Slides to Coasters, something that's totally different, something that I thought would be really cool for the channel, and that is a Gigasode. So unlike most Gigas, this is three people. We're just going to talk. So I'm here with Ethan and Ryan and myself. If you guys want to say hey.
Hey, it's Top Scan Ethan. Welcome. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, so Top Skinny, man, that nickname, that freaking nickname. Um, but basically,
talk about top skins.
do we want to have that?
Top Scans.
Before we get into that, I just want to tell everyone this is 100% freestyle. We have no show notes. We have no discussions. We might have talked for maybe 10 minutes before this, guys.
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we've been hanging out, and we're kind of basically at the point where we're saying, all right, let's just hang out. Let's talk about some coasters. Talk about anything, really. I know that Ryan, he just went on a very cool trip to Six Flags Great Adventure. Ethan, you probably want to talk about Top Skins all day because that's your forte.
I honestly could. If you gave me the time, I could just let some loose, inform the people about the beauty of those Mondial Top Scans, why they should be at every park on the earth. But, I'll be a little bit restricted tonight, Won't take up all the time for the Mondial Top Scan, but if you have any questions about it, I am happy to answer any.
I mean, how many parts of the park at Kings Island should we get a Top Scan?
I'd say pretty much every single part could get a top scan, excluding Soak City and Planet Snoopy.
Oh, man. And there you have to put in a water top scan. And at Planet Snoopy, you got to put a kids top scan, right?
Hey, innovators out there, if you want to make a top scan for water parks, go right ahead. I have a few ideas. I could do some you. We can make it happen.
Whitewater West be like, look at me go.
Speaking of like a top scan, like a kid's top scan, kids rides haven't aged much. I've been thinking about that a lot for some reason. Like the idea of a kid's ride hasn't aged a lot since the 80s and 90s.
It's kind of like there are new kids attractions that come out, right? So Canada's Wonderland, they got, what was it? The Beagle Brigade. Which, if you guys don't know already, Canada's Wonderland is like the flat ride mecca. But, you got these small attractions that come out ever so often for kids. And I think that you're right in saying that there hasn't really been a lot of innovation per se. But, I mean, how do you really innovate on a children's concept,
I don't know. That's what the innovator has to figure out. It's just an idea, a frog hopper has basically been the same since the 80s and 90s. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, get a Falcon's Fury kind of frog hopper.
Oh, yeah. The Falcon's Fury frog hopper.
Oh, my God.
There you go, right
there.
Yeah,
imagine a little kid.
Intamin, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We know that people listen because we had Gene Staples comment on our Indiana Beach video, so, it's just, I don't know. Just imagine a little kid saying, "Mommy, look, it's a smoke drop tower," and then it's it instantly faces down 10 feet in the air.
I'd read it.
Well, I know you'd read
that
it.
Sounds fun.
I mean,
that sounds great.
Coaster enthusiast, am I right? Freaking
get in the credits.
Get the credit.
Hey, I rode every credit open at Great Adventure.
There you go.
Yeah, tell us about Great Adventure because you've been hopping around the bush.
Yeah, so I've been just I'll give a little context on my life recently beforehand, just so I can tell everyone what kind of state I am in. So, girlfriend and I broke up. I started a new job out of town. So I've been looking for ways to what to do in my free time because I have a lot of free time now. So I've just been traveling. That's basically the entire plan. And so since I have a full-time job, I have weekends off. So I'm just gonna travel every weekend. I don't know where I'm going next weekend yet. I'm debating on going to Busch Gardens, Tampa. But for this week, I messaged an old friend, or we were texting, and it was like, hey, want to go to Great Adventure? Sure. It was Wednesday night when we made this decision. I left on Saturday morning. So we left. I picked her up from her house. We went to Great Adventure, pull in the parking lot, awesome view. I've never been to Great Adventure before. I love this park. At least the skyline of the park. It looks huge. This entire park just looks massive. But we walk in the main gate. First thing we do is get some Johnny Rockets. We are hungry. Johnny Rockets was pretty good. Not the best Six Flags food I've ever had, but definitely had way worse. So, whatever. Fine. We got a Joker as the first ride. These free spins, I don't understand why they get so much hate. I've never gotten it, but Joker is really fun. Just, this isn't my first free fly, but I mean, my first free fly at Great Adventure, and it was a great ride. I think we did Batman next. No, sorry, I led you guys wrong. We did Superman next. We kind of skipped around a little bit because, why not? So we did Superman. That was good, typical Superman clone, already been on one, so whatever. It was alright. They're not my favorite rides. I definitely prefer, the Mantas and Tatsus of the world, but they're good rides. They're solid. So, and then we went to, instead of doing Green Lantern like we should have logically did next, I think we went to Batman or something like that. Yeah, we went to Batman. Batman, okay, so keep in mind, it was supposed to rain all day at Great Adventure. There was absolutely no one in the park, and there was no rain. So, and it was also 30 degrees outside. So, it was very cold. It was a very cold day at Great Adventure. So, Batman was literally crawling to the brake run. I have never seen a Batman clone go that slow into the brake run before. It wasn't crawling, but it was pretty sluggish. So, it wasn't the most intense ride ever, but, it's still a solid ride. I mean, you can never go wrong with a Batman the ride.
No.
You were talking about earlier how you have Goliath in your top 20.
Yeah, so, when you talk about the whole... by the way, if you guys heard any dinging, that was my computer. Discord does not like me today for some reason. But...
If I cut out, I'm driving through mountain.
Yeah, well... basically... For myself, I always tell people every Batman clone is different. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether or not it's just because, at certain times, I'm, when I was in Fiesta, Texas, I loved the Goliath Batman clone at Fiesta, Texas. Of course, it was at the end of the day, and I was probably, having a form of heat stroke, I'm not going to lie. But I actually grayed out on that Batman clone down at Fiesta, Texas. And personally speaking, I've got the ranking for the Batman clones as Goliath at Fiesta, Texas. Then you got Batman at over Georgia. Then you have which I forget where I put the one at St. Louis. If there is one. The Great America one, and then I got Great White at the very end. Again, it's just...
What about Magic Mountain? That's my favorite.
I forgot about that one. That goes above Great White. Sorry.
Oh my
There's
God.
so many. There are so many of them, right? That's the thing about it is, whenever you talk about Batmans or, Goliaths, you always have to ask which one.
Yeah.
Same with Superman. Same with Joker.
Superman, Ultimate Flight, Joker.
Yeah, so,
there's just a lot. That's the only thing I don't like about Six Flags is they reuse a lot of their name. Hard to keep track of which ride you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess you were talking about Nitro not doing so hot.
It was just slow, that's all.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun, so... of course, the station music is a bop. Love Nitro station music, Mortal Kombat, but... Yeah, everything about the ride was as good as it possibly could be. mean, I had a great day at Great Adventure. I had a great day at Great Adventure. A seriously great day. It was exactly what I anticipated. It was just really cold because I rode. We warmed up on Justice League. What else did we do? Of course, we rode Skull Mountain. You know, what's the roller coaster where it has
Skull Mountain?
It had like the world. Yeah, no, it had the world record for like the most naked people on it. That clone. I think it's called Harley Quinn in the park next to Joker.
No, it wasn't that
Crazy Train.
Yeah, Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn Crazy Train. Man, that's my first one of those like long like kiddie coaster train roller coasters that I've been on. Oh, that's great. I love it. Like I loved it.
Did you ride the one down in Nova, Georgia? The Joker coaster down there was like
I haven't been to that park yet. Though maybe next week. We'll see where I am next week. We'll have to like toss a coin or something.
I mean, this is gonna be like a mobile reporting station for Ryan. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm here today. Oh, I'm here today.
Yeah.
How was the Christmas event in general?
Oh, I thought it was great. I mean, they had a lot of live actors, which I thought was cool. The only really disappointing part, which wasn't even relating to Christmas, it was just the fact that I kind of thought so it doesn't make any sense to me why the Dark Knight and Houdini are both closed because they're indoor rides theoretically heated. Like they're indoor rides and they were all closed. Like I guess it was their off season, so I don't expect everything to be open, but it was just it's not like it's just one of those things where you question and you're like, why? Like that could be open. Maybe it was just staffing. I don't know because granted we did go on a really dead day. Maybe they cut staffing for both those rides, but.
Well, now, how did you feel about the park in general? Because if you guys are listening, and if you guys listened before when on our Golden Trip Report from Mike, he was saying that Six Flags Great Adventure was really run down in general. Did you feel the same way, or not as much?
Honestly, okay, I only felt like the park was run down in a couple areas, and that's that's the area by Superman, just because it feels kind of tacky. And the area by Justice League, because I mean you could very much picture Chiller still there. There's a lot of Chiller remains. There's a lot of even like, I mean I don't even think they did anything with like Sunfall's well no actually never mind. They put their what is it Wonder Woman there, their pendulum ride, but I don't know, it kind of feels like there's no thought to where they place their rides. Like, I get it, but, like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Also, I mean, they've been adding to that section. They added Justice League, Cyborg, Dark Knight Coaster, Wonder Woman. I mean, it's not like they've been neglecting that section. They've been trying to build it back up, but it's just super weird. It looks super weird.
Yeah, and how about Jersey Devil?
Justice League, honestly... Oh, Jersey Devil looks great. I am so excited for Jersey Devil. Like, I think Jersey Devil is going to be one of the best rides in the country.
Well, you see, like, that's... So, if you guys don't know, I've been doing trip planning in my off time, and I showed Ethan, which I'll show Ryan after the show. But I have a spreadsheet that I've been doing with, like, a breakdown of coaster credits, basic trip planning, and... Each run that I have on that list has a brand new coaster next year. And Pennsylvania, which is one of the runs I'm going to do, I've got Jersey Devil. So I've heard a lot of people talk about it looks really nice, and just hearing you say that looks like an amazing coaster. I know, isn't it like shuffled in?
What do you mean shuffled in?
Is it like crammed in? Because I thought it was crammed in next to Nitro or something like that.
I didn't think it looked cramped. They definitely removed trees for the ride. I mean, I think it's going to be great. It doesn't. I don't think it's crammed in, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is. I just failed to see that, but I mean, I think it looks really good.
Okay.
It's definitely going to be a great ride. I'm looking forward to riding it next. Fully.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how you feel about over Georgia, because I love that park.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Like it's on those. It's on. I think the goal is to get to every park that's possibly open during like the winter month, because I don't want to sit around like at all during the off season. It's the one thing I hate is just sitting around. So.
Well, that's kind of the reason why, like, and Ethan can attest to this. You know, I would really like to go down BGT sometime soon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to BGT also, but I also at the same time I want to wait till Iron Gwazi open, but we'll see.
Well, you got
go without it.
Well, you got like Igwa, you got Velocicoaster, you have Icebreaker, you've got what else? Isn't there another coaster opening up down there next year?
Well, Tron? Wait.
No, Tron's opening up in 2021. No. One of them's opening up 2021, one of them's opening up 2022.
Oh, is it Guardians?
White Lightning?
I think Guardians.
Is a new track.
That's what I'm thinking about, right? White Lightning's brand new because it's now a hybrid.
Guardians is opening in October. I'm pretty sure Tron's still on track to open this year.
Okay.
Well, I'm scheduled to go to the parks, Disney parks, and I think it's June. I think I'm gonna miss Tron by like a month or two, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's still Disney though. Can't complain at all.
Yeah, they had Disney's better than they had The Office.
Well, I mean,
indeed.
Disney is weird for myself at least, because I don't really talk about this as much, but just in general, I feel like Disney's degraded over the past 10 years.
Oh no.
Yeah. We'll see, like, hold on. The theming on Tower of Terror is just like, you can tell they haven't been doing a lot of work on it.
I think that's for kind of a reason to keep that theme of the, early 1900s.
No,
kind of
like,
hotel.
So you know how you go up and you stop and there's like that hallway and then it goes into the Twilight Zone, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they've got these really tacky photo frames on the sides that are like tacky Halloween photo frames that you buy at Spirit Halloween. That's what I'm talking about. So it's just kind of like, Of course, albeit I still want to go back down just because, I really enjoy Epcot. I really enjoy the Magic Kingdom. And heck, I love Expedition Everest,
See, I need to go out and experience these great rides at Disney. So I'm really eyeing Disney in the next couple months. I think I'm going to go to Disney, but...
Ooh.
I mean...
Or maybe if I could get, like, a cheap flight to Orlando to keep it... Like, maybe I'll do 2 Disney parks at a time, so, like, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and then do Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and another trip. Sorry. Words.
So, I just checked our CDB. Guardians of the Galaxy is opening up in 2022.
Oh, damn. I was really looking forward to Guardians. I was hoping it was opening this year.
Tron Light Cycle is opening in 2022 too. Now, with that being said, we could get a early soft opening for both of them if they really wanted to.
Possibly.
Well, then write it off as a tax write-off.
Yeah. But
I mean, I think that's the smart way to do it, but...
It's just weird because, so, next year... If you want to put next year in perspective for a second, for a coaster enthusiast, there are so many places to go to. You've got Busch Gardens Williamsburg with Pantheon. You got Icebreaker. You got Velocicoaster, Iron Gwazi. You've got things like Isn't Primordial opening up next year? Or is that next year?
It might have another year on its back
now. Primordial is slated for 2021.
2021, but we don't. Who knows?
Yeah. We've just got a lot of stuff to look at and a lot of stuff to really kind of sit back and say, all right, where do you want to go?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. by the way things are going, I'm probably going to be in the New Jersey area a lot. So I mean, if I'm hoping,
Mm-hmm. Well,
hoping
next
that I can go to Wooded Piers next year.
and next year, if you go to Six Flags Over Georgia, Whittler Mindbender is getting a retrack, and it'll be open next year.
Is it going to be the full retrack? Is it like a full retrack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They took the whole entire year off for it.
I know, but from what I've heard, like I haven't seen anything like going on with it.
I thought they're doing a full retrack, but I could be wrong. And we've still heard nothing out of Kentucky Kingdom. I guess that whole RMC Vekoma thing was a farce.
I think just they're waiting a few more years from what I'm expecting, because you know the guests are just kind of taking an off year. I see them getting something like that in the next few years. They probably have plans down the road for it.
Come on, I'm waiting on T4.
T4, please. Please, T4. Give me a T4.
I want T4, and it's gonna be, you know, dueling Vekoma SLCs. You might as well add VR to it. There we are.
Oh, please, no more V. Didn't they have that? Didn't they discontinue that on Iron Dragon?
Yeah. It was only like a test to see if they could do it in like, you know, like around. I don't know. You know, you take 5 minutes to send the train because you have to make sure everyone's headset's in sync. Is it really worth it? Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Revolution wasn't good either. I did Revolution at Magic Mountain with the VR, and I kind of preferred it how it was.
Okay, so I don't know if it's because of like, but I got like sick on Justice League. Like I didn't throw up or anything, but I had to sit down after Justice League after I wrote it.
Seriously?
Yeah, like I don't know. Am I just getting old? Like, is that what this is? Because like, and also there and the teacups. I don't know why I'm like this.
I mean,
I have a few theories. I think it has to do with like, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny that I got like, you know, I could stomach anything, but then I got on Justice League, and I like by the end I was like, oh, I cannot imagine doing like VR unsynced.
Literally just Joker, but can't handle Justice League.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was about to say. Like, is everything okay over there, G? Like,
I couldn't handle the teacups either. Like we were spinning it like so fast, and then I was like, stop! I'm like, you're really gonna throw up.
Mm-hmm. So I guess since it's Christmas, and we were kind of talking about it before, Cedar Point. Like, we all love Cedar Point, right? And Ryan, you have a very extended history of Cedar Point, more than I got. They just came out with this new store over the past couple months. And we were talking about it before, but like, they have a lot of cool merchandise on here.
Oh yeah, dude, they have the signs, they have the Vengeance train. I really want to. Kings Island's also been hitting it out of the park with their merchandise. I think I'm gonna get a King Cobra train just to have it.
Mm-hmm. So I guess Ethan, we'll start with you. What are some of the things that you've seen like from the parks that you'd like to get for Christmas?
I can absolutely say that they have been absolutely knocking out of the park with the train cutouts and the sign cutouts. Those look very stellar, kind of giving me some flashbacks to those kind of coaster dynamics that they used to have with the trains, but just this one is made out of wood this time. That looks really good and really promising for the future. I also took a look at some of the signs off of Cedar Point shop. I say they do look very like appealing to me, and definitely could hang over my room. I could see them in there. I do have one complaint though. There is one really good sign that I like, the Cedar Point Skyline sign, which is it's a little bit over a foot in height, and it's over 2 feet in length, and it's a little bit pricey. If it was a little bit less pricey, I would definitely jump on it, but overall they got some really nice stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought on any Cedar Point merchandise. I'm like, ooh, what's the price point then?
Ethan, what about you? Not Ethan, sorry,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh wait. Oh. I mean, yeah, I'm eyeballing the King Cobra train. I'm eyeballing a Cedar. I'm hoping to get a Cedar Point sign. We'll see if I get one though. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, it's a we'll see thing. But I mean, I just wish more parks had online stores because I wanted to
Yeah.
buy the Dorney Park Zephyr ornament because there's an inside joke with a friend. I was gonna buy it and ship it to his house for Christmas as like a satire Christmas gift, but apparently, well, they're doing it as a giveaway, so I can't like buy it online. And I'm like, well, I want to buy this. You can make money off of me. Come on.
And that's like a common thing for a lot of coaster enthusiasts. Which I understand they started doing this more just because of the worldwide health pandemic. But it's kind of like there's parks that I go to and I might run short just because like I might have bought like a blue ice cream or whatever. But maybe 2-3 weeks down the line when I get my next paycheck, I would love to buy a new hat. I would love to buy a mug, but you can't buy it from some of
Yeah,
these parks.
exactly. That's my thought on Great Adventure too. It was cold, so we went to go buy me a sweater because I was freezing. But we went to go buy a sweater and we couldn't find any good sweaters until we were leaving and we went into the gift shop on the way out. That's like next to their main entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to like one of their main gift shops and they had everything in that store. I'm like, well, why didn't they spread this out? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they had El Toro shirts, they had Nitro shirts. I mean, they're like the stuff that I actually wanted, not the like DC Comics capes.
Yeah,
DC Comics this, Comics that.
and that's an issue with Six Flags. In fact, they pump a ton of DC merchandise. And
I mean, I get it. If it makes money, it makes money. But
yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of like it gets to the point where, all right, you're kind of stuffing out everything else.
all right, boys, we have crossed over into the Ohio border.
All right, there you go.
Buckeye State.
Welcome back to the Buckeye State.
I hate it here.
By the way, as we've been talking, the Ride Names Natural sign just sold out on Cedar Point's website.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I also wanted to, sorry for jumping in, but I wanted to point out this, Brad. You might really like this one. You probably saw it. That ornament, a Steel Vengeance.
Yes.
Wow.
Dude, I got a coaster tree for everyone that doesn't know. And I think I'm going to try to buy a Steel Vengeance and a 150-year ornament. I'm going to try to buy both. But it's just like they've got so many ornaments here that I want to buy. I buy ornaments from Winterfest, Holiday World, all over the place. And I put them up on a tree. Which we'll probably post a photo on our Instagram of the coaster tree. So you'll be seeing that once the show comes out. But it's just like, if you guys don't know, I'm a sucker for Cedar Point merchandise. I am that guy. I would really like to get the Steel Vengeance sign. I really want to go and nab a 150th anniversary hat. Even the Cedar Pointopoly. I would love to have that for the off season because I kind of feel as if, number one, you need something that passes time because the off season is just garbage, and number two, it's really fun to go and talk about Cedar Point when you can't be at Cedar Point. And I think this off season is going to be especially difficult because winter chill out's probably not even going to happen.
No, I think Winter Shell is happening. I'm pretty sure Tony Clark tweeted about it. We just haven't released anything about it yet.
Really? Because I've heard nothing. Like, maybe if I can find Tony Clark's thing here. You can buy your brick again, by the way. You can buy a brick at Cedar Point again.
Oh, really? They're adding more bricks?
Yeah, they're adding more bricks. I'm not seeing the statement here, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure. It was like something over Twitter. It was like a generic reply to somebody on Twitter that was just some nerd that was asking about it, so I'm sure.
Oh,
boy. Ethan, you've never been to Winter Chill Out, right?
I have not been myself, no.
You know what? The next time, if they come out with Winter Chill Out this year, you need to come on up. I'll go. I'll go again for you. I'll go again because... Whew. It's exciting to see, but I think that sometimes the enthusiasts just need to, just calm it down and ask questions that actually can be answered and actually promoted during the event.
What do they ask?
Oh my gosh. For the most part, everyone's good. Everyone's chill. It's just that there's one dude who sat there and he was asking about, like, something about, like, some cast member was being a jerk to him or something like that, or didn't do something right. And it was just like my mom and I were sitting there, and my mom's like, why is this dude asking this question? Like, they can't do anything. I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. But that was with their Cedar Point Winter Chill Out for Steel Vengeance, which kind of like, I'm just sitting there and thinking to myself, there are questions you should ask because you get a once-a-year opportunity to ask a question from, Cedar Point upper management, Cedar Point staff, and you blew it. You blew it. You're asking questions about things that we could have other questions about. Just make good use of your time. That's all I'm asking for. I don't know if Ryan wants to comment or chime in.
I mean, that's fair. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of get tired over people asking like things that are easily found online, and they have to explain it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like, I understand that people want to ask questions, and it's great to ask questions. If you got a valid question, then ask it. But at the same time, don't ask a question about a cast member who's probably not even coming back for the next season. There's nothing you can do. If you got an issue about someone at the park, you should voice that issue that day. Don't voice it 4 or 5 months removed. But either way, even without that, the whole entire event's really exciting. It's really fun. There are things that I think that they shouldn't do, but that's just me. More explicitly, the whole laundry room tour. But I guess people want to see where Cedar Point changes all the laundry and have that kind of conversation.
Oh yeah, laundry.
That's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
But, anyways. Yeah, I think that this offseason will be quirky, though. I'm not going to lie. I think that you're going to see a lot more people try to get out for BGT and that kind of crap.
Absolutely. That is a park to go to this year. And every day, to be honest.
Well, every day, yeah.
One of my favorite parks I've visited ever, honestly. They do it really right at BGT.
Really?
Yeah, I had a stellar time there when I went. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. They have such a stellar coaster collection there, and the areas are very immensely themed. Didn't have anything negative happen at the park. It was just great. I'm very excited to go back again.
You see, I have a similar thought about Knott's Berry Farms, which, Ryan, Knott's, it's...
I love that park. That's exactly how I feel about Knott's.
Like, it's heaven. If you were to ask me, if you're giving me, like, a golden ticket right now, right? And if you were to say you could pick any park right now, where do you want to go? I pick Knott's Berry Farms.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd probably pick Knott's or Magic Mountain.
And it's funny because people talk to me, they're like, well, Brad, why don't you go to Magic Mountain? Because I got actually yelled at because I spent more time at Knott's than I did at Magic Mountain last year. And I basically said, look, I did everything at Magic Mountain. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what do I want to do, Magic Mountain or Knott's? And I just went back for Knott's. because Knott's Berry Farms, I mean, it's just the layout of the park, it's the ride quality. You have hang time, you got Silver Bullet, which, you know, albeit Silver Bullet's one of the weakest B&M inverts I've ever been on in my life. And that's saying something. But you got the boysenberry pie, at Chicken Dinner, Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner restaurant. You got boysenberry punch on tap. You got Ghost Rider. You got some amazing shows, which I'm not a huge fan of shows to begin with. Some amazing theming. It's like, you can't go wrong with a visit to Knott's. You just can't.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think you can.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I say, like, Knott's has potential. And a lot of people just kind of brush it off as, no, you know, Knott's can't do anything. But I think that Knott's in general can become one of those parks that can really expand and really become a powerhouse if Cedar Fair puts into money. Because I don't know how recently you went, Ryan, and you could comment about this if you want, but there are several blank spaces around Knott's.
Yeah, I went 2019, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are a couple places where they can build something. I mean, I don't know how big of a something it's going to be if you decide to build something, but you can build something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know people are always talking about the Knott's Berry Farm Hyper Coaster or the Knott's Berry Farm Giga Coaster. I think those are so unlikely, but that's just me.
I think that we can get something like Goliath where Pony Express is, though.
I just think it's so tough.
Well, so, no, like, okay, well, you could put an RMC, but, like, a Goliath at Over Georgia?
Oh, I mean, maybe, but...
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, eh.
I mean,
that park has a certain aesthetic to it that I don't want to ruin by placing a, 200-foot B&M Hyper down.
I mean,
sort of how like Rivertown was in 2008, or 2007, and then Cedar Fair started like draining the pond. And
oh, don't even remind me. Don't even remind me.
Swan Lake.
Swan Lake, man, those were the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the good days of Rivertown. Diamondback
maybe in 6.
And it's kind of like, I enjoy Diamondback. I think Diamondback's a great coaster and all, but at the same time, like, you ruined a very beautiful spot of the park.
That's worth it.
But at the same time, when you talk about Knott's, I am okay with getting rid of Jaguar and Montezuma's Revenge. Like, you could add in something small right there. And you could also take out a Top Scan.
No, don't touch.
I would not remove Montezuma's Revenge, though. Don't touch that thing.
Oh, I would. I hated that thing. It was rough.
Don't you dare touch my Top Scan.
What was that, Ryan?
You didn't like Montezuma's Revenge?
I did not care for it.
Oh, I loved it was smooth. It was a Schwarzkopf. It was a shuttle loop. It was great.
Yeah, no, it was not smooth at all.
I thought it was great. I thought it was very smooth.
What pipe dream were you on when you rode that? Hold on.
I've heard a lot of good things about Monty.
Yeah, Montezuma's is great.
Like,
All right, boys, am I going to Wendy's or am I going to Arby's tonight?
Arby's.
Wendy's.
Ooh. We're gonna go to Wendy's. There's a 4 for $4.
Welcome to the GIGASODE, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we go and get Arby's while on the show.
I gotta eat,
I know you do. Well, talking about boysenberries and all that might make you hungry, so I understand why.
Yeah. I just got back in town. Like, I'm in my town now that I live in, so.
Yeah.
Youngstown area.
So I guess, Ryan, what's your biggest thing for 2021? Like, where are you heading? What's your major deal?
Oh my gosh, it's got to be Velocicoaster for me.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited for Velocicoaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's gonna be, I strongly believe it's gonna be one of the greatest rides in the world.
And
But I mean,
I don't think that's far, like, too far off. That's the thing. Like, I think that Velocicoaster has the speed, it has the layout, it has the theming, it has everything you really want in a design, you know?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Ethan, what about you? What's your biggest thing for 2021?
I don't know if I have too many big travel plans, but I'm gonna be, besides the fact that I'm heading to Florida, I'm excited for those. Hopefully, if I'm in there in time and Velocicoasters open up, I'll be able to get it, but I might miss it by a short amount. Otherwise, I'm excited to see some more off-ride footage come from Electro Spin at Carowinds and Soul Spin at Knott's Berry Farm. I think we'll be able to get some nice shots uploaded on YouTube of those.
You're still on that top scan thing. It took me a second. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell's the soul scan? It hit me. It's Knott's Berry Farms.
Absolutely, I'm gonna try and keep updated and see if some new uploads get this year when Knott's and Carowinds open back up with them running.
I just.
But yeah, overall, just keeping an eye on that peninsula of Florida. That's gonna be an exciting year for Florida and the theme park industry for them. Also, Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I think that Pantheon might get a little bit pushed under the rug or like be sideswept by Incredicoaster, but we gotta remember that ride is gonna be stellar too. You know, Pantheon is, don't forget about it. It's gonna be very, very amazing, and definitely a reason for you to head back to Virginia if you haven't been there.
Well, see, like, for myself, it's a pain in my butt, for lack of better words. I was about to say something else, but we're on this podcast, so I really can't say that word. Virginia itself, it's like a pit, you know? You have to drive all the way out there to come all the way back, and you can't couple it with anything. You know, like, when you talk about going to, like, Six Flags Great Adventure, or if you're talking about going to Hershey Park, there are parks around where you can go and couple it with things, you know? But when you talk about Kings Dominion or Busch Gardens Williamsburg, you almost have to create, like, a very small loop with Six Flags America, maybe Adventure Park, and then come back home. You know?
Pretty much right up the coast, and then once you get to Virginia, just jolt west.
Mm-hmm. Well, this just kind of like, you know, this kind of gets into a whole discussion on, like, trip planning. But when I did my Pennsylvania coaster trip, and when I was looking at the parks that I'm going to, which I'm not 100% on which coaster trip I'm going to do, but, like, I kicked out Luna Park. I kicked that park out. I kicked out Nickelodeon Universe. Which I might add back in, you know, if timing's right and if I feel as if we can do it.
It's
you
just
know,
so expensive right now. That's the
yeah.
tough part.
Well, and both Nickelodeon Universes are really expensive overall.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing, so, trip planning for you guys, by the way, if you guys are interested.
At my Wendy's, I'm sorry.
No, you were fine. What did you get? Before we get into this, what did you get at Wendy's?
I got a 4 for $4 with an additional sandwich.
That sounds pretty good right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Though I am now actually regretting getting the 4 for $4 because I just remembered I have leftover pizza in my fridge.
The only thing about, like, trip planning in general, and when you look at these parks, is the fact that, like, so it's $20 for a 2-hour thing at Nickelodeon Universe up at Mall of America. Which is kind of like, okay, I'm just going back, you know, just to get some credits that I didn't get to ride. But, like, just in general, when you look at it, you're kind of like, well, that's a lot for 2 hours. You know, how are they going to check 2 hours? And the main reason why I kicked out Luna Park is the fact that parking is just a pain in the butt. Parking costs more than to get into the park.
Oh, I bet. Gosh, I don't think it. I think it's a smart choice just to cut it because it's.
Well, and I'm getting the same exact deal when I go up to Mount Olympus because they got a deal right now where it's like $5 to get into the park, but parking's like $20.
Mm-hmm.
And
you don't even know if the rides are open.
At the park in the Wax Museum next door. That's what we did.
How much is it to park at the Wax Museum?
It's free.
Huh.
Just walk over there.
Huh.
And it's not even a guarantee that the rides are open because, you know, there's staffing, of course, so it can be low sometimes, and issues. They wait to fill the trains up, from what I've heard, for certain rides. That takes forever.
Well, they do not have the best reliability, from what I understand.
Yeah, Mount Olympus is hard.
And it's sad because, like, Hades 360 has been on my bucket list for the past how many years?
Oh, it's super good. You have to go up there and ride it. It's great.
Oh, I know, and that's the thing. Like, you know, when you talk about these coaster trips that I'm planning, like for Pennsylvania, I've got Steel Curtain, I've got Leap to Dips, I got, you know, Candemonium, Storm Runner, Fahrenheit. You know, going off of there, you got El Toro, you got Thunderhawk, Talon, Phoenix, Twister, Ravine Flyer 2, you know, Blue Streak, at Conneaut. You know, I go on and on and on and on and on. Roller coasters even in that mix, by the way. But it's kind of like, it's really difficult because I'm trying to figure out which parks to go to. Like, where should I be heading out to next year? Because Pennsylvania's been on my bucket list for a while, but rumor has it Dorney's going to be getting a brand new coaster here within the next couple of years.
It's just tough. It's a gamble, but I'd still go for it as of now, you know. You're still going to get a lot out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just, whether it's a shuttle loop or something that's compact, you know. There's other opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kind of gives you guys a little bit of background into what I've been doing over the past couple days. Because I'm kind of literally sitting down and doing every single bit. Because I am financing next season. And with that being said, there's going to be a lot more content coming out for you guys with those trips coming out. So,
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
You actually finance your trips. I just kind of go.
Yeah, you got like two dichotomies. I guess that's the part of the show. Is like you got Ryan, who's like, let's just go now. Let's just go across the country to this park I've never been to, and just ride.
On the off season,
I gotta figure out what I'm doing on Saturday.
Let's drive all the way down to Atlanta from northern Ohio, and let's just go and have some fun.
I mean, I'd probably just fly down to Atlanta. That's a long drive.
You're not, buddy. I did that by myself one time, and it was a pain in my butt.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Mm-mm.
Georgia's a boring drive, if I can.
Yeah, Georgia is the boringest state to drive through. It's a tie between, I think, Georgia and Wisconsin.
No, it's New Mexico and Arizona.
Oh yeah, Iowa was up there too.
Arizona is. There's a point where you're next to the Great Divide. No, you're next to the Grand Canyon, and there's nothing for miles. That's right after Phoenix.
Anything in Mountain Time Zone? Let's just put that.
Oh no, sorry, it's right after Flagstaff. It's just bad. It's just. Oh wait, no, it's not Flagstaff. It's somewhere around here. It's just Arizona in general.
Yeah. I want to drive through Arizona just for the experience.
So 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I drove from Cincinnati on a whim, by the way. We spent a week out in California. We drove from Cincinnati to California to LA. And yeah, Arizona, if you go to the right spot, there's like this really beautiful like mountainous pine tree area. I forget where it's at. I think it's near the Navajo Nation. But essentially, like, I enjoyed it because I got to see a lot of the West, and you got to see a lot of like where they filmed locations for like Western movies, because a lot of Westerns were filmed right outside of LA.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's kind of neat because if you're driving from like Reno to LA, you drive through a valley which is in between the Sequoia National Park and Death Valley. So on the right you have paradise, to the left you have death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always tell people, if you can, take a road trip one time, because it is well worth your time. Just don't go through Wyoming in June because there's still snow.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that. So with that being said, what was that? I'm sorry.
It's like, why is it snowing here? Oh no.
Yeah, I was wearing shorts and it was snowing. And they actually had a pretty nasty snowstorm as we were going through. So with that being said, do you guys have any last comments? What are you guys planning on doing for Christmas? Oh, I guess we'll start with you, Ethan.
For Christmas, I'm gonna be staying local, focusing on staying with my close family for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward. Hopefully it'll snow. Hopefully I'll get less than 40 hours working to actually spend with my family. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Please, if you're listening, Target, please. Thank you. But yeah, finals are almost over. I'm in the free zone right now, but overall, I'm just looking forward to getting some time to finally relax.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, what's Christmas looking like for you?
Well, I mean, for me personally, it's looking like it's gonna be pretty much the same story as him just staying around. I mean, I'll probably go spend Christmas with my mom and dad, my sister, and then that'll be that. That's it. They're planning on giving us, from what I hear, they're at work. They're planning on giving us like an entire that week between Thanksgiving and New Year's off, or not Thanksgiving, Christmas and New Year's off. So
Nice.
yeah, hopefully that actually happens. I'm not sure the likelihood on that, but that's just what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm planning on hanging out around the area like Ethan, just kind of relaxing and just taking a little bit of my, me time, and just kind of reflecting on the year and just kind of reflecting on next year. Probably going to be talking with some of my coaster buddies. We're probably going to try to do. I'm probably going to try to be more active on the Discord, because we have a very great Discord you guys should totally check out. It's in our channel, so if you guys go check that out, we got Discord, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're going to be posting a lot of stuff there, but this should be coming out right around the week of the 14th, so we're getting kind of close to Christmas. We'll probably have a Christmas episode coming up here soon. We will be having Coaster Claus. Coaster Claus is coming to town. Ryan, I don't know if you remember Coaster Claus from back in the day, but he's coming back. He told me he wants to come on out for Slice of Coasters and tell us about the naughty and nice list for 2020. But yeah, I am really excited. I think that you guys should definitely get more involved with the channel if you guys haven't already. And I think we're going to try to do this show a little more often. This is a really great way to just hang out, just kind of have a little bit of banter, and just kind of discuss where things are going, and just kind of take a break from all the hecticness of 2020. So definitely look for this in the future. How are you guys faring with Christmas? Are you guys excited? Is there anything you want to talk about for 2021? Please comment your comments down below, or come on over to the Discord and comment in general. We'd love to have you there. So with that being said, stay tropical, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye guys, have a good one.
Adios.